Hi everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders, Sunday, February 9th. And this is taking a look at the week that was and look ahead. So you can see here we've still got some negative news flow. Friday, the virus concerns weighed on the market, but on the week, the market was up overall. And the futures right now are pointing to a down open, so I think we're going to have a continuation move from Friday as the news flow on the virus situation is not improving. So I still think we're kind of early innings on this, if you want to use the baseball analogy. And there's still some more negative news flow, and of course, people are probably getting more and more concerned about what kind of impact this is going to have longer term on the global economy and just basically economics. Of course, the oil's down again here tonight, and yeah, so energy obviously a big indicator of economic activity. Another thing to good thing to look at here. But let's just jump right into the indexes, and we'll just take a look at the week that was, and maybe go over some watch stocks. You can see your transports actually had an up day on Friday, despite the fact that we had um, a down market on Friday. But you can see we gained back quite a bit what we lost from the previous week, and RSI sitting right at 50. So we kind of look like we're kind of, if you draw two lines there, like I'm doing there, you can kind of see we're moving into a pendant here. I suspect we're going to break down on Monday. And the bond market, the smart guys in the room, you can see here yields starting to come down again. And I think that maybe they're going to start to bake in some idea that there might be some rate cuts if the global economy really starts to take a hit. So I think it looks like we're going to head lower on these on the yields, which means bond prices will be going up. This is the weekly. You can see we tried to break out and pulled back, so up on the week, but significantly off the high. Just going to skip to the weeklies here. So Dow tried to break out. We did make a new high in the Dow, but pulled back significantly. Again, I think we're going to head down. Take a look at the small caps again on the week. Tried to break out from this level here. Couldn't do it. Pulled back significantly. The Qs, I think it's pretty much going to be, well, Qs not same story. Technology broke out, finished close to the high. Let's take a look at the daily here. Friday was a bit of a indecision day, but we had the 3 days where we were right at the new high, and RSI sitting right at 50 or right at close to 70. We're not near oversold. We're up near oversold anyway. On the week we had not bad volume either. So SPY again, new high, but pulled off that high and finished right near the high, previous high. So volume not too shabby here. Dollar breaking out here. I think it's weak this evening, but dollar breaking to a new high. I got a feeling we're going to top out here for a little while, maybe do some consolidating. And the VIX for the week, let's take a look at the weekly, see what happened. And we were off on the week with all the indexes up, which isn't surprising, but maybe looks like it might hold these moving averages here. And of course, if we do get a down open in the market on Monday, we'll have a pop higher on the VIX. It'll be kind of interesting to see how things behave in the open. Again, Chinese stocks will be under pressure. I think it seemed to be the way things were. The market generally was up, but the Chinese stocks were really taking more of a beating naturally. This is the only thing I'm in right now, actually, as a swing trade, official swing trade. It's PCG. I got long back here when they had some settlement on something, and somebody in the room pointed it out, and I just took that long, and it's been a great trade from around 13. So it's probably the only stock that I'm in right now. Things are just getting a little choppy, so sometimes, like I said in my book, it's just if you're not sure about direction trend, just step to the sidelines and keep your eye on some stocks that you want to watch and see what happens. Wait for a setup. Don't go just jumping in and trading when you don't see a good trade. This goes for swing trading as well as day trading. So I was looking at AMRS, kind of breaking out here. I was going to keep an eye on this one, looking for it to break 340. That's sort of a level here. We had some resistance, some congestion in here around 340. Looks like it's done a flag and pulled back, and then even on a down day on Friday we had a nice move up. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one for a breakout. Maybe we can get back up to 370. Use roughly 3 as a stop. So we'll keep an eye on Amyris. BBio, just keeping an eye on that. It just keeps trying to break out here and pulling back. I think eventually it's going to break. So I'm just, like I said, there's a couple of Chinese stocks that I'm watching. I know that this virus thing is not going to last forever, and it'll be a distant memory a year from now. And if the global economy still seems is strong, or starts to come back after this little blip, all these Chinese stocks will be up, and so there'll be an opportunity to buy them at some point. So just keeping an eye on Baidu right now. I have a feeling it'll maybe break back down here to test this moving average. Kind of broke out from here before. I don't think it's quite time yet to step into some of these Chinese stocks, but if you wanted to, you could, Baba would be a good one if you were looking for something for a really long-term hold, but you'd have to factor in the idea that potentially there could be some more downside before things sort of stabilize here. And I'm looking at BPR. This one looks like if it can come down here to around 18, might be good for a bounce. Right now it's still trending lower, but I'm thinking here we've got level here, tested it here. So maybe if we get this, put in an alert, see if it hits 18 again, and then we've got a decent level to trade against. And Century Aluminum Company, again, we've got a real harsh sell-off here, a bounce off this sort of 520 level, and now we're getting a bounce and maybe a pullback. So if we get a pullback back to sort of this 530 level, I might look at taking a trade on that one. Court, kind of interesting. Looks like it's trying to break out here. Something else I'll put on my alerts for maybe a break of 14. These alert systems are really good. It just gives you, you pick an entry or pick a place you want to get in. You set an alert and you get a text or an email. You can pull up the chart real quickly. You can look at the daily. You can look at the 2-minute, or not the 2-minute, the 1 hour, the 15-minute. Take a look at a couple different charts. Just see if it's a good place. Just reassess, decide if it's a good place to take an entry. Emerging markets is pretty heavily weighted to EEM is pretty heavily weighted to China, so of course it's taking a bit of a hit here. But this is one that you could keep in your watch list. And when we do see some stuff sort of bottoming out with the Chinese situation, the virus, then it's something that you could jump back into if there's some bottoming action. Gold, I'm just keeping an eye on gold. If we do sell off, it should pop, but it's kind of just holding in a range. K-Web's another one you could jump into. We did a trade on it back here for a bottom. LK is another one. Like I said, there's a lot of potential to make some money on these. Just a matter of waiting for a good entry. MYGN. I know I put this one up here. Oh, it gapped down seriously. So I was looking at this because here it had a huge gap down, came right back up. Now we've had another huge gap down, and I was thinking maybe it might be good for a rebound here on Monday. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one. Nugget, bad day in the market, and bad day on Nugget, which Not very good. OPGN, we've traded this a few times, and now it's made a we made a a double bottom here. We made a low, made higher low, kind of came back, touched the same level again, up, higher low, up, and now maybe higher low here. So I'll be keeping an eye on this one on Monday too. Semis off on the day. TNA could be heading lower. It looks like it's lost this moving average. Again, if the market opens lower in the morning, I'm sure we're going to head down here. Yeah, 68 could be a support level. TVIX will definitely gap up in the morning, and if we're selling off, if the markets continue to sell off like they are right now, UNG, I think the gas is making a new low right now in the futures. Oil is probably going to pull back again tomorrow. We'll watch this level. I would say if you're going to make this trade, look at this, see if it can hold here, if it gets a second bounce like a double bottom. And VERU seems like VERU seems, we had a big sell-off on the Friday, but it came right back up, so it seems like there's buyers there. So again, something to keep an eye on. Maybe look at it around 4. If it touches there, could be good for a bounce trade as well. And maybe a continuation back up to the high, which would be 475. And then you could use a stop roughly where it kind of broke out from 370. I was looking at this one because it kind of looked like a bit of a double bottom here. If it can hold that level, 370 would have to be your support, but if you can get in somewhere around 390, maybe could be good back up to 750. So quite a few possibilities after I did all my scans. So I'll put some of the ones I really like up in the notation on the email that goes out. But yeah, there's a number of opportunities. But on the other side of the coin is it looks like markets are going to head lower. So bias could be to the downside. All right, everyone. Well, have a great evening. This is Brian. We'll see you if you're going to join us in the day trading room in the morning. This is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you want to check that out. Otherwise, we'll be starting our pre-market show, 8:30 Eastern Time on YouTube, Bear Bull Traders, and then we'll see what the market brings in the morning. So have a great rest of the weekend, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, probably. Bye for now.